have this boldly displayed right in the center of worship that they call the headquarters of God on the God man on earth, and they have stolen this phallus, which is my phallus, Asar's phallus, is what this is, and it is the representation of resurrection, and they have this in their courtyard where they worship their pagan god, because that's what it is, a pagan god. Anytime it's not around, and then you're gonna go steal somebody else merchandise and have no problem with setting it up in your center of work, because like they say, you're infallible and you can tell people in your own Bible that your God gave you permission to do that. But then here is the God of the universe coming at you, just letting you know it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time is what God is saying. The universe letting you know that these things are caused by those UFOs, those spaceships can do this. You see, and then they built this point on top of this building with the same ideal as what we got right here. That's what we were doing, and they mimicked us. If, like I tell people, if you turn this right here upside down, you'll have a drain, just like a tornado spiral, and then people be demonstrating the different dimensions and all that look like this. So you see, we as an African people have always been people who was cosmic, geometric formed. And all our conceptualizations of what was around us, we was able to reenact that into all of our architect and implement it. And then these people come along and learn from us because they came from us, and we had to educate them because they were really bad off. They didn't have any knowledge, and someone deliberately made them be that way so they could. And even to this day, the dullness that goes on with the hesitation to move forward and get past bullshit because of your egos and your stubbornness to want to deal with the fact that you have caused deprivation for us as a people, and deal with the fact that Asar is a prophet of God that's being sent to the earth, and we better watch the way we walk around him, because that's just the truth about it. We can't let our egos make us end up feeling this light, like the light is making obvious to us that it is precision. And it knows where this is, and it knows why it's here, and it knows every effort and every action that you guys exerted to end up with this as a part of your merchandise, when you know you are not the owners of it, and you are not the owners of the people that you foolishly believe that you had the right to enslave forever and deprive and use as freaking consumers of all your drugs and all of your pornography and all of your vehicles and all of your food contaminants and everything you threw on the earth, and utilize your wickedness and your cunning planning and your devices of addiction to just ingest and just, if you will, collect all the wealth of the planet, and then after that deprive everyone and create circumstances of failure for everyone, especially us black guys, and as you at the same time provide yourself with the luxury of our black women to create babies in these unions between you and them that grow up to hate black, and then just contribute more dereliction to the planet. So I just want you to know all these things have not gone unnoticed, as you see the light right here displaying my same proclaim to you that Judgment Day is here. This light is letting you know I got you. I know who you guys are. I'll be getting back. That's precisely what it's saying. Right there. And there. The same lightning that's been setting these fires all up here in the northwest. This same fire right here coming out of this volcano in the ground is the same thing that's on this earth right now to raise hell with you intruders who think you're going to just keep sitting around keeping us, the national original people of this earth. We have been done so wrong by you people. And you insist on still trying to keep perpetuating that on the earth. And the earth is saying, no, you're not. All these volcanoes, that's why I tell you about Mount St. Helens. Now look, I live here. I came back here because the universe steered me here. And they're saying to me, if they think they're going to make you be homeless, I see what they're doing. You know, you can't even go into the damn shelter to get some beans or something from their ass without everybody looking at you crazy, because they don't like you being honest and telling the truth about what they've done to you as a national people. But they have done that, and they got to deal with that. They can't keep running behind their false lies about their God giving them the right to do all the shit that they did to us. That's ridiculous. There's no way they're going to get away with that. Now look at all these explosions right here, these volcanoes. Okay, now I'm going to tell you something. The way the universe works is that this stuff that you see right here permeating from the sun is all thinking, and it's all power of thought. And it can make manifestations on earth. Every one of us is a living testimony of its ability to do that, because that's where we all originated from. It's supreme creative thought, all of us. All right? So now the thing is, when you understand that, and you understand that you have a God center inside of you, you should be serious about trying to act godly. So this green light that I've been warning everybody about, that you can see right here, that it's a green fire now, okay? The universe still working with me, showing all. You can still see the orange right here. The two colors that I told you guys I was going to be destroying the earth with. You can see them here right now. And I think it's so funny the way everybody look at me with they halfway want to be shit-eating grin, when you know for a fact that this ain't no joke, that this is something you shouldn't be wanting to mess around with or take a chance with. But because you guys have been so wicked and so quick with your guns to make people bow down to you and be afraid of you, when you see a true universal warrior show up with this type of shit, I know it's still in your minds. You trying to say, well, it's not him, it's just acts of nature. You can stop believing that. But see, what goes on is that nature knows better than me where she wants to do her purifying at. And so that's what's going to happen. I don't have to call a fire per se for it to exactly be where I would want it to be. But what I do know is that as long as nature is telling me to point out to you guys that she is starting these fires to get rid of you guys off this planet, and a lot of the undesirable people who doesn't have a problem with existing under these type of decaying circumstances, they're going to be on their way out too, because they're going to be wanting to follow you white people. And when I say that, what I mean is they're going to still want to run off to areas where you guys are going to want to connect with each other and still hold on to your Jesus foolishness. And the fire is just going to keep following y'all, and the bad turmoil and the bad weather is just going to keep destroying you guys off this planet. The only reason why these two areas up here, Portland and Vancouver and Seattle, hasn't gotten it as bad as they could have gotten it by now, is because of my presence here. I already know that, because the universe been telling me the plans that it was going to do with me since I've been a small child. And so I already know what's going on with that. You know, as you can see, ice and everything, just all extremes all over the planet. Everything that she can throw at you, she's going to keep throwing at you. It's never going to change. It's never going to change. All those jobs and everything that you guys are so privileged to have right now, as you sit around and you watched how you've denied everyone else on the planet a chance to live prosperously. You keep the Mexicans in a state of low pay, so they will always be your servants and have to work for low pay, as you want to pay yourselves real good, so you can be able to have your Park Avenue penthouses and all your luxury condominiums and everything. So you manipulate strategies of vulturism and vampirism where other people is deprived, and then compounded with their deprivation as you throw in high prices of everything, and then drugs and alcohol, and illiteracy as you send their children to school and teach them only to worship your whiteness as their God, or the only thing that was ever good that occurred in their lives. It's some great Christopher Columbus or some other Spanish conquistador. And all this goes on as we can see that the pollution of you guys and everything, the overfishing, and then your contamination of people's mind to make us all have daughters that grow up to be hoochie mamas, and people that want to get up early in the morning and go jogging, you know, while the world is dying. You know, your life is that damn full of luxury, you can jog when you should just have exercise somewhere where you work at. But you done made so much money off of the descriptive devices of yours that I just described to you. I mean, the devices of yours that I just gave you a description of, either way you want to put it. My point is that this type of business structuring, corporation style of money accumulation has caused the need for the earth to fight back. There's way too much concrete and way too much hatred. Concrete and steel and torture of people and women and children. People deliberately causing stagnation in people's families, and then you can take advantage of people's daughters. You know, and you know that. That's part of the plan. Make sure they don't have any money, so when they do show up in our courts, they have to use our court-appointed attorneys. You know, all these strategies that you guys have been using on the earth to just control everyone and make everyone be vulnerable and victimized by your corporate beings. You know, that's who you are. You're just some really, really conniving, manipulative people. And I'm not saying this as if to say that I hate you. That's not the truth. I'm saying this because someone has to tell you that your behavior is the reason that the earth is causing all of these destructive elemental circumstances to your existence. That's what I'm saying to you. The earth has had it with you guys. You have destroyed all the animals, the trees, the water is polluted with oil. And then as you guys walked around with those big 45s and everything and was shooting each other, when you came here and was stealing the land from everyone else, you had the nerves to be killing each other at the same time while you was doing that. And this has been your way all through history. And then once you do take over the land of other people, they don't do well. They all perish and die. You see, and then there's no food grown. Now, if we was growing food here in America, the locusts would have just ate it all up anyway. But the thing is, if we so sad about producing food for our people here in the country that the locusts didn't even really want to come. They like, we'll be wasting our time going there. They ain't got nothing there to eat. All they got there is concrete and steel. Now, this stuff like this, with the earth moving, I believe that someone is mining the earth. I believe someone is coming to the earth. I've said this before, and I believe people think that I'm a damn idiot when I say this, but I'm going to tell you what I believe. I believe that these things are coming to the earth, digging into the ground, taking huge amounts of soil away somewhere, or moving it from areas high up in the earth region to areas lower in the earth. Somebody is moving so much soil underground. And then there was the places where I showed you where there were ships that was actually drilling into the ground also. So I believe the same capable equipment to drill into the ground and hibernate down there can move dirt from one place to another place where it's more desired. And this could cause all these circumstances of these mudslides. And see, it could be strategically done as to where you can move. Look at this. Now that was incredible. That was here in Washington too, I think. Let's take another look on that. That was incredible, the way those trees was going down. But we're definitely having some type of vacuum. And then, of course, they want you to believe that's a meteorite. Okay? It's just amazing how all this stuff going. Look, uncaptured. This is what I'm talking about. I think this is that would be. All right, look at that. I know that had to scare the hell out of him. See, a lot of people have ill-gotten materialism and wealth. Look at that. Not necessarily something went in the ground there, but there is thoughts in my mind that make me believe that there's things leaving with large amounts of soil with them, mining the earth, causing all these fallings and collapse. They're taking it either away from the earth or to another location inside of the earth. See, meteor spotted along the East Coast. What are these? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What is all that stuff right there? Could just be some type of camera